The west side of Los Angeles, it's like the mecca of yoga, like in the US. Lion's breath out. It's super competitive. Does she see me as a threat?
Probably.
Social media is the biggest thing that's ever happened to yoga.
This chick doesn't even teach yoga and she's got 80,000 followers.
Instagram really catapulted my yoga career as a teacher.
I have an outreach of over 1 million viewers around the world per week.
3, 2, 1, live.
We're gonna start with pose 1, tree pose.
Instagram for me is honestly my full-time gig at the moment.
I started actually making more money doing social media than I was teaching yoga.
I make 6 figures teaching yoga, and that's just the beginning.
California live, yeah.
The more followers you get and the more successful you get, the more haters you're gonna have.
Instagram has up the yoga world. Social media stars, oh, I'm gonna vomit. On the west side, there are teachers that don't use social and there are teachers that do. So there's definitely Camp A and Camp B.
How many yoga teachers in LA came to LA to be models or actresses? Didn't work out for them, and they became a yoga teacher.
We yoga traditionalists have to accept the reality of yoga and social media. It's here to stay. It's not going anywhere.
Do your frickin' homework before you say yoga teacher to the world.
If you want to stay in your privileged bubble on the west side and not experience the entire world,
About me.
you don't know about me.
Soaking up the good times. All I want is good vibes. Kick it in the sunshine forever.
Hey, how you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good, nice to see you.
Nice to see you as well. How's it going?
Pretty good, what's going on?
My name is Jacqueline Smythe, and I live in Venice, California. Yoga in my life really came out of nowhere. I wasn't looking for it. I found yoga because I got a 7-day pass to a yoga studio for free. And I went, and I felt good after. And then I went again, and I felt good after. It became the one place that no matter what I was going through, I knew I would just feel good after. I was laying there in child's pose one day, and it was the first time I heard an intuition that wasn't based on like anyone else's opinion or what I needed to do to please other people. And it was just simple. It was like, you could do this. And that one thought dominoed my whole life today. Social media has been a testing ground for my career. It started as yoga, then I added travel, then I added coaching, then I added writing. All of it kind of added on, and suddenly it's like you kind of created a lifestyle brand without realizing it. Envisioning what I wanted and seeing it brought to life was like the most thrilling evolution of a career, because it was the first time I'd ever gotten real traction in what I wanted in life.
Are you gonna be in town for a while?
Yes. It's nice to be home and like time to root down, I think.
I feel like you travel more than anybody. You're pretty lucky. I get pretty jealous about
I'm
that.
not. No, don't be jealous.
I'm probably the only yoga teacher that hasn't been to Bali. My name is Calvin Corzine. I am from Los Angeles, California. I teach yoga. I grew up around kind of the yoga community. My mom was involved in a lot of different studios way back in the day. And I was just like, wow, this is weird. I don't like these people. They're so strange. And I wasn't into it. After college, I was dating a girl that convinced me to do a little bit of yoga with her, and I was like, oh, this is kind of cool. Like, I went to the right type of classes where it was like loud music, it was hard. There was a bunch of women, like, it wasn't anything that made you feel kind of like hippy-dippy, so to speak. After not practicing for that long, my mom convinced me to take a teacher training. And right after training, I started teaching, and now here I am.
Calvin's probably one of the first yoga teachers I met on the West Side.
That was so random seeing you at the market the other day. Did I catch you on a date? Or...
You did.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
You did.
What date? First, second?
No, date number 4.
I love that.
Yeah. It's a high five.
So good, yeah.
Years and years ago, Calvin and I kissed one night at a party. And the next day, Calvin sent Vitas a photo of me and was like, look what I pulled last night. And then Vitas saw my picture and was like, I'm going after that. Inadvertently, Calvin's the reason I have a child with Vitas, for sure.
How's your teaching been?
It's an interesting evolution with that. Like, no matter how many paint strokes you put on a canvas, sometimes you just need a new canvas.
That brings up something that I wanted to mention to you. There's a class that opened up, and I figure you might be a good fit for it. I was thinking about talking to them about maybe letting you have the class if that's something that you would be interested in. Kind of elephant in the room on the issue would be you're okay with teaching at the same studio as Vitas and Kaylee?
Vitas is my son's father. The history with Vitas is muddy waters at best. We're at a totally different place, like co-parenting, and we don't really mix and mingle. We've never taught in the same place. I am worried about working in a studio that Vitas and Kaylee teach at. Coming into any new environment is always nerve-wracking, especially when there's been some bad blood there.
The Vitas stuff isn't an issue for you, though, right? Maybe? Kaylee and Jackie definitely have not been the biggest fans of each other. Kaylee is Vitas' off-and-on chick. When Jackie was pregnant, they would make fun of her around the West Side. You hear them just spouting about her around the yoga community. So it'll probably be uncomfortable to teach at the same studio, but Jackie's a big girl and I think she can handle it.
Just let me sort some stuff on my end
All right,
out.
cool.
Calvin's definitely given me something to think about. Yeah, I want the job, but I'm nervous about it. Hey.
All right, I'll see you soon. Have a good one. All right.
Okay, bye, Calvin.
Someday the sun is coming again, and we play games after the rainbow coming.
How was your trip?
Oh my God, it was so amazing. Bali is the best place for like spiritual transformation. Every time I go, I transform more and more.
I'm Koya Webb, and I live in Los Angeles. I'm a holistic health coach and yoga instructor. I started teaching yoga because in college, I got a track injury. My legs and my athletics was my ticket out of the country, out of Tennessee. I was devastated. I felt worthless. The counselor suggested that I try yoga. I was Southern Baptist, and all that I knew when I thought of yoga was Buddha. I just thought, this is not for me. I'm not made for this. And the teacher saw me struggling, and she came over to me, and she was like, I just want you to breathe with me. She took a big inhale and exhale. And in that moment, I felt a connection. I fell in love with yoga. Yoga was my best friend. It was my healer. And the reason that I teach yoga now is because I want to help people find the gift of yoga for themselves.
Just closing your eyes and surrendering to the moment.
It wasn't until Instagram that really catapulted my yoga career.
So beautiful. Stunning.
As far as the Instagram yogis, we're using this beautiful platform of social media to get contracts, big sponsors, big jobs.
1, 2, 3.
So that's a really beautiful thing.
Yeah. Release one hand, Sophie. Beautiful. Gorgeous ladies. Got it.
My name is Kaylee Alyssa Joyner, and I live in Venice. I'm a yoga teacher, and then it's morphed into a million and one other things. So I'm a women's empowerment leader. I'm a fit model. I kind of started social media around the time when I moved to LA. Once I started to get involved in the yoga community, they were all using it to promote themselves and their practice and to meet other yogis. I was like, okay, I'll start posting yoga pictures. And then I started getting brands reaching out to me with social media. So without even trying, it just happened. It's really cool to see what it's done for me.
Okay, push towards Kaylee. Beautiful. Beautiful, yep, just like that. Closer together.
Like this?
Is that good? That'll save you some retreat. Party!
I'm so excited for tomorrow night.
I know, me too. We're throwing a party tomorrow, and we really want you to come. The whole kind of premise behind it is like, we feel like all these people in our community are doing amazing things. You're doing awesome stuff, Sophie, me, everybody, and we want to kind of connect it and bring everybody together and get those of us who don't necessarily know each other to meet and just kind of celebrate like these are the leaders of the community, and we're all doing awesome stuff, and we all want to connect.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like a gratitude party.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think this is such a great idea because I think it can really bond people together.
Yep.
You know, you have
Exactly.
traditionalists and then you have, you know, influencers. And I think, you know, coming together and really seeing how we're all alike. We have all these similarities.
It's interesting, the social media versus non-social media. It's just like the practice of yoga. Yoga's 5,000 years old, and it's evolved. On the west side, in Venice in particular, in Santa Monica, there are teachers that don't use social, and there are teachers that do. And there have been teachers, most of the time it's the teachers that don't, that are very outspoken about it. There's definitely Camp A and Camp B.
So who are we gonna invite to the party?
So I think that we're gonna invite Calvin. You know, he teaches at Yoga Works. He's awesome. He does like Taekwondo or Jiu-Jitsu. He's a
fun.
badass. Yeah,
He's really
a really
fun.
good friend. And then Elise Jones, super like positive,
Oh yeah, I
awesome
saw
woman.
her online.
Really good. And
Cool.
then Jessie Shine, who's also Yoga Works. She's amazing. And then Vitas. And obviously he's my ex, and he makes me crazy. Vitas and I have broken up and gotten back together quite a few times, and we had a lot of challenges. And at the time, it was mostly because of his relationship with Jackie. And then Jackie.
Are you really okay with Jackie being there?
I don't know. Jackie came into my life when Vitas, this guy that I'm dating for like 6 months, first sat me down to tell me that he was having a child with someone. That was challenging, to say the least.
All we care about is you being happy, like truly happy.
I'm still having waves of repercussions from being in that relationship with Vitas, and such deep wounds and such like hardship and emotional turmoil, and it's really difficult for me.
We're gonna begin today in child's pose, please. Big toes touch, knees a few inches apart. You can have your arms either resting behind you or in front of you, whatever is more comfortable. My name is Jessie Shine, and I live in Santa Monica, California. I teach advanced vinyasa flow classes with lots of movement, lots of breath, lots of postures. It's very physical. I took my first yoga class in Los Angeles, California, and the first few times I went, I noticed that I actually, at the end, could just lie there anxiety-free. And a light went off, and I continued to go. I said, okay, I feel better. And one night, it was a 4 o'clock class, and we were in a hip opener, and it's like the floodgates open. I started to hysterically cry. And it was just a pouring out of emotions, and I thought, what the is going on here? It was another layer of yoga. That was the moment that I realized I need to know what yoga is at a much deeper level than just popping into classes. I said, I have fallen in love with yoga, and I want to be a yoga teacher. So I spent the next 2 years diving into studying, and I took training after training after training. And after a few years, I was given the huge honor and opportunity to begin subbing for some of these teachers. Eventually, I was given my own classes, which back then was an extremely big deal and an honor. It was a time where education and being incredibly loyal was rewarded. Now, that time is gone. It's like it's turned into fast food. What I'm seeing happening is the boom of social media, the explosion of the ego, which is the antithesis of yoga. I used to be proud of saying I'm a yoga teacher, and now I'm embarrassed to say I'm a yoga teacher. Start to surrender, start to slowly let go. Now's the time to cease the fluctuations of our mind. In other words, let's shut the brain up and listen into what your energy, body, and intuition has to say. Hi, Elise. What's Elise doing in my class?
My name is Elise Joan, and I live in Venice, California. I'm a yoga teacher. Plain and simple, that's what I do for a living. When other companies were still producing DVDs, I had this idea that the internet and streaming content was actually the wave of the future. I developed my own website where I wanted to share 10-minute segments that people could mix and match and create their own workouts.
I'm here to show you guys at home 2 other options.
From there, opportunities kept rolling in, and other fitness and wellness companies found my work online. Through my various online platforms, I have an outreach of over 1 million viewers around the world per week.
All the way up, take your time. I didn't know you did this kind of yoga.
Yeah, I really needed it today.
Okay, hurry up.
I wanted to try Jessie's class as something new and different. I think is always a great thing for a teacher to get back to those basics.
Open your eyes. Release your arms. Feet are together on the mat, please. Toes point forward. Turn your palms to face up. On your next inhale, Surya Namaskara A, reach your arms up above you. On your exhale, forward fold all the way down. Press the whole hand down into the mat. Smiling's good. Looking pissed and angry. Good. Yoga gets this stereotype, this label of yoga is to be zen and peaceful. That's just a commercialization of yoga. Yoga is about being real. Bring your hands to your heart. And you honor yourself for showing up, the effort you put forth. Remember, it is a lifelong practice. Lift your head, open your eyes. Namaste. Thank you so much for practicing today.
Thanks for class, Shine. I'll come
Bye,
visit
Calvi.
Emmett. I'll see Emmett tomorrow before class.
Come dinner, Taco Wednesday.
Thanks for
Come
coming.
for
I gotta
dinner.
boogie.
Thanks for the invite. It's
I'll
really
see you
great to
later.
practice with you for a change.
The invite, I was wondering why. I was like, what's Elise Joan doing in my class?
Well, Calvin, you know, I've taught with Calvin at different studios over the years, and he recommended that I stop by and check out your class. I know he's a big fan, so.
Wow, yeah,
You actually have your schedule posted somewhere, like on Instagram or somewhere I could find it?
No, I don't do that. No, I don't post on Instagram. Instagram has up the yoga world. I've been teaching these classes for 18 years, 10:45, so they don't really change. Kind of a loyal, committed, 4 days a week thing. I've heard of Elise. That was the first time I had met Elise, and I got triggered. I work on patience and tolerance. I'm not a very patient-tolerant person. I didn't know you did, this kind of yoga.
What do you mean, this kind of yoga?
No, just where you listen to your breath, and it's about present moment awareness, and there's no music, and it's just a very kind of quiet, strong, meditational flow. So
actually, the classes I teach, we start in meditation, no music. One of the things that may sound kind of hippy-dippy, but when I start the energy and lead guided meditation in silence, like I feel like I can really channel the energy of the room, and then it becomes a dance, But yeah, it's different. I have been known to play some Public Enemy on my playlists, and
I can't really practice to music.
You can't?
Well, I can't hear my breath, which is the soul of the practice. So
I feel like yoga should be something that's welcoming for everyone and makes people feel good rather than necessarily like judged for how they do or don't practice.
Elise had 4 to 5 different 3-minute monologues that she could perform brilliantly, and it just stopped you from talking, but it also stopped you from listening.
Levels, we have basic levels, beginner, need to help me.
Do you talk this much when you teach?
No, I thought we were having a conversation.
You talk a lot, it's just a lot.
Okay,
it's just a lot. When do you teach?
Yeah, so a lot of what I do actually is online, so I programming if it's
Wait,
if it's
yoga
online.
class is online?
Yeah.
Is that safe?
Oh, of course.
How do you teach a class online if you're not actually in front of the people watching them and seeing what they're doing?
I prevent injury with great verbal cues and also by demonstrating.
The #1 thing that my teacher taught me was to never demonstrate a yoga pose, because then you're not actually watching the person, making sure they're safe, making sure they do it correctly.
Yeah.
I'm just not familiar with how anything works. I'm old school. I show up and I actually look and see who's in front of me, teach the class correct. So
I guess the open-minded part of yoga hasn't really resonated with you,
Well, no,
and not judging something before you've experienced it.
I stick to tradition. I stick to listening to my breath. I've been doing this for 18 years. I need a quiet
I've been teaching
space.
for 14 years,
and I don't see myself as judgmental. I see myself as opinionated.
I don't analyze why people feel the way they feel. She might feel like her style and the way that she teaches is in danger of being completely obsolete.
If you ever get into a studio again, let me know.
That's really not my goal. I kind of am looking to broaden my reach, which is why I do it online. So instead of 60 people, I can reach, 60,000 people.
That's a great goal.
Yeah.
60,000 people. Okay.
Just, try not.
Gotta go.
Okay.
Okay, bye.
Be a big boy and hop on a board one of these days, or are you gonna keep swimming around?
I stand up enough on land as it is, so when I get in the water, I like to be a dolphin and just cruise.
Yeah, you like to be a dolphin.
That's me, dude. Call me Dolphin Boy.
My name is Vitas, and I live in Santa Monica. If you would have told me 20 years ago that I'm gonna be a yoga teacher for my career, I would have thought you're crazy. There's no way I was ever gonna be a yoga teacher. I was in grad school for math, and I always thought I'd be doing something cool with my passion for solving problems. That passion got derailed a little bit. I really got into drugs. I became a heroin addict, and I was living on the street for a couple of years. And through the process of recovery, some people introduced me to yoga, and they're like, hey, you should really try this stuff. And trust that I was not the guy that was like, oh, yoga? I would love to come to a yoga class. I was like, hell no, F yoga. Like, that is not for me. I'm not gonna chew tofu. I'm not gonna wear tie-dye. I'm not gonna chant weird stuff. Like, that is not my thing. But I took a yoga class, finally, and it was pretty cool. I did a lot of yoga, and I realized that yoga was so much more than just physical practice. I always knew I was a teacher. I've always had a knack for helping people understand things, and now I get to do it with yoga. It's a calling for me.
I signed up to be a yoga teacher. I never had any dreams of wanting to be a star. I just loved yoga.
Right.
So for you, me, and Jesse, where it's like, hey, we just want to be yoga teachers, we never wanted that kind of promotion or platform.
For sure.
In the 12 years I've been teaching yoga, I have seen the yoga landscape really change in LA. This is the epicenter of yoga. You do not have to go to India to study with some of the best people in the world. It's right here. But at the same time, because there's so much great yoga here, and because some of the originators of yoga in America live here and taught here, this is where yoga grew. And it grew really big, and it's gotten a lot more competitive. With that came the rise of yoga on social media. There was a few girls a few years ago that said, oh, I want to take pictures of me in a bikini doing yoga. And they were like the early adopters. And these girls now are famous in the yoga world. With 500,000 followers on Instagram, people are thinking, wow, they must be amazing yoga teachers. But oftentimes they're not. I came out through the traditional path. I get to teach what I believe in, and everybody else gets to teach what they believe in. So, to each their own.
So did you hear about Kaylee and Sophie's party Thursday night?
I heard about that. I'm down to go to that party.
Well, what's up with you and Kaylee? Are you guys back together?
Dude, I love Kaylee so much, you know that. I know we've been broken up for about a few months now. To be honest, I think I probably want to get back together a little bit more than she does, but she has her life, her career, she travels, and I just don't think maybe now is the right time for us to reconnect. I'm hoping that time comes, but
Kaylee and I broke up just a few months ago. Yeah, it's slightly disappointing, but I have something that's really special and that doesn't come along every day. I have a really clear energy, and that's why people are drawn to me. I don't think she quite realizes that yet. So, she can be on her little empowerment trip, which is like, I'm proud of her for that. But I just don't think she quite realizes what I bring to the table.
Gonna be weird to see her at the party?
I think she probably invited me more just because she wants to have the entire yoga community there. I don't think she's excited to party with me and see me. It'll be interesting, for sure.
Is Jackie gonna come, you think? Like, do you think Kaylee would even invite Jackie to that party?
I don't know if Jackie really jives with those girls.
They seem very different, for sure. Also, I saw Jackie, we were talking a little bit about her maybe taking that class that opened up. I kind of wanted to just make sure that'd be okay with you as well.
Matcha.
Matcha. We love you so much.
We're all over the place, so I'm really excited that we get to hang tonight
I know.
at this party before you go.
I agree.
Before I go.
Cheers to our amazing
Cheers,
lives. So grateful.
And it's important as leaders that we support each other, that we know who each other are.
Exactly.
But I know Jessie is not super in on social.
Okay.
I don't think she agrees with it.
She just doesn't have a social.
No, she does, but what she posts is making
fun of the people that post all the time.
Yeah, just fair warning about that.
There might be a little
social
tension.
Jessie is very traditional. Every body is different. So if you like social media and you see a use for it and it's helpful, then use it. If you don't like it and you don't see a use for it and it's not good for you, don't use it.
Everything's better with koala ears.
I agree.
Perfect.
How long has it been since you've seen Vitas?
I mean, it's been a while. It'll be emotional. It's always emotional to see him.
Yeah.
You know, he's really influential in the community. He's a leader, and I don't want it to be weird.
Yep.
Yeah. Still, he'll be there. I'm definitely having mixed feelings about seeing Vitas. You know, on the one hand, I love him, and those feelings don't just go away like that. But on the other hand, I'm really angry with him. I don't trust him.
So Jackie's not coming tonight? It's just like, it's not my choice, it's Kaylee's choice. And I'm gonna back whatever Kaylee wants so that she feels comfortable and can actually have fun. So if she doesn't want Jackie to come, then so be it.
We might never be friends or whatever.
I mean, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
Hi, babe.
Hi.
How are you?
I love your couch.
How are you?
Great. I've been so busy.
I know the hustle and bustle of it here is like,
How's it going?
it's changing so much. Okay. So, I just got offered a new class at this other studio, but it's with all these instructors that I know, but like I semi-know them. It's intimidating coming into like a new studio, a new space, new instructors that like have their whole clique. They have a clique.
Oh, I see. Are you gonna take it?
It's honestly like you graduate high school, you go into adulthood, and then somehow you find yourself back in high school.
Yeah.
Vitas and Kaylee, they're like the popular kids. And you coming in and everybody knows who you are, and it's all lies. That's the thing. I'm never gonna be in that crew, which really is like not the way I ever would have wanted it to be, but it is the way it's unfolded.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's going on with you and Kaylee?
In a word, like nothing. Nothing. The last time we had a discussion was really negative. I felt like everything was happening behind the scenes. I'm like playing nice. Let's not pretend. At least let's air it out.
Yeah.
We tried and it just like never lined up. It's a really tough spot to be in. Vitas and I will always be connected, and if that's the root of Kaylee's problem, it's like, no, you can't go anywhere from there. Really, I honestly don't have any friends that are yoga teachers. Like, how do I meet people and work with them? Because it seems like it's not enough to just teach classes. There's a party that they're having for people that work in the yoga world.
Are you gonna go?
No, I didn't get invited. When does not being invited feel good to anyone? It's definitely confirmation that I'm not in that sphere.
Yeah. Would you go to the party if they asked you?
Probably. The thing is, like, I'm not really friends with any yoga instructors.
Why not?
I think it's like the nature of the beast, really. The thing with Vitas and having the baby, my name got spread around before I had even a chance to be like, hey, this is who I am. A lot of times people are like, oh, you're the girl that Vitas had a baby with. Like, I remember one girl was super nice to me and then found that out, and I saw her on the street and she saw me and turned around and walked the other way. Like, that's the kind of stuff. At the time when all this stuff was going on, I was so angry.
I don't know how you do it, but you do it.
Some days I do.
Do you really think Kaylee's over Vitas?
I don't know that she'll ever really be over Vitas. Like, she's so in love with him, and her heart is just so taken over by him. You know, it's been like 4 years of just this intensity and in and out, and I just feel like, no, she's not over him.
I feel so sorry for Kaylee because she's in this love triangle and she can't get out.
I just don't want to see her get hurt.
I mean, it's really hard. They have a really intense history, you know? Like, Vitas, the person that Kaylee loves, has a baby with Jackie.
No, that is crazy.
So just that in itself, even though they're not together,
it's gonna be hard.
you know, it's hard.
Yeah.
She's, you know, this just a girlfriend.
The fact that Jackie and Vitas have a child together, that definitely bothers Kaylee. There's nothing she can do about it, and I think she's been as accepting as she can possibly be, considering he has a child with someone else.
Is Jackie the reason they broke up?
Vitas and Kaylee have not just normal relationship stuff, but also they have all these extra factors with this community and yoga and like Venice, you know, like there's just so much. Yeah. So I think she's one of many reasons that they broke up. It's complicated. It's gotta be tough for everyone.
Yeah.
All three of them.
Here's a star on my finger.
Thank you, thank you.
Hey, Tiff, it's Jackie. So I was wondering if you're around tomorrow morning to watch Asa for a few hours? No? Okay. Hey, this is Jackie. Quick question. Are you around tomorrow to babysit for an hour or two? No. All right, thank you. Hi, my name's Jackie. I have a little boy. He's 3 years old, and I'm looking for a babysitter. I'm teaching a yoga class tomorrow morning, and my friend Jen said that you could possibly help me. So if you can, give me a call back, and I'll wait to hear from you. All right, thanks, and have a great day. Bye.
She met somebody that she's never met before and was nice to you, and that pisses you off.
No, it wasn't piss me off that she was nice to me.
Give her the benefit of the doubt.
I just think her mode of just always smiling and being happy is a little...
She's nice.
She's annoying.
Okay.
People who are bubbly and happy nonstop, they're probably murderers on the side. They just annoy me. Just
She should be like angry like you.
Calvin knows how to push my buttons. He knows exactly what to say in order to get you to feel a little crazy. I'm not angry at Elise, I'm angry at what she represents. There's a million Elises out there who have this act, and they call themselves a yoga teacher. I will not compromise my values, even if I need money. I'm losing jobs because of a whole new swarm of species promoting themselves and branding themselves, and they're online and they're talking. It's like the bugs have come.
Yeah, well, this is a different generation, but it doesn't mean it's not yoga, and you don't get to be a snob about everything.
I'm not being a snob. You know
You
that
sound like a snob.
I just get angry. You know me. I'm a nice person underneath the angry Jew broad here. It
Okay.
just pisses me off to see her have way more monetary success is very disheartening. I just think there's a certain element of compromise that yoga teachers are being asked to make, and it depresses me, it saddens me, it frustrates me, it makes me angry.
This social media stuff is really new.
Yes, it is.
Especially to your world. And of course it's annoying, it's new to you.
What's my
and
world?
it's annoying to me. Well, you're a little older than me.
Oh, God.
But we'll figure it out.
My name is Sadie Nardini. I teach yoga, and I'm a rock star by night. I'm coming to LA to create a rock album with a yoga message. Whenever I land in a city, I get messages and gossip from all these teachers, like, oh, Sadie's coming to town. I'm not afraid to not fit in Los Angeles because I've never fit in anywhere. I've always had to forge my own path. The insecure yoga teachers will be threatened by me, but I've never been tamed in my life, and I don't plan to start now. So if anybody comes at me, I'm not gonna put up with anybody's ish.
What are you doing?
I'm doing yoga.
You're gonna do yoga? Mommy has to go to class.
Why do you need to go to class?
Because I gotta go to work.
Why?
Why? That's a great question.
But I don't want you to.
Oh, my babe. I'll be back soon, okay?
I wanna hide.
Let's go like this.
And I get in here.
I decided to take the class that Calvin offered because I'm supporting my son, and it was an opportunity to grow in a new area and see new faces and have a new audience. Asa, where'd you go?
My time.
Oh, someone at the door.
I wanna hide.
You wanna hide? Okay. All right, go for it. Hi, how are you?
I'm good.
Come on in. Thank you so much for coming. Finding a babysitter was the last piece of the puzzle. Regardless of nerves, I'm not gonna let anything scare me out of growing my career. Asa, can I have a hug and a kiss? He deserves a mom that has a career and isn't afraid to go out in the world and take charge in it. Like, what lessons am I teaching him? Bring yourself onto your mat, into your practice, and out of your day. Inhale, halfway rise, look up and out. Exhale, lay your chest down. Yoga to me is so much more than the physical practice. It is how I live my life and like how I affect people around me. When I walk into those rooms, I feel community. Inhale, reach up, fold forward. I love encouraging people, and I hope they walk away feeling inspired. Squeeze your calves, your shins, your thighs. Take a full breath here. There's nothing better than that, to watch a whole room of people just moving like their life depended on it. Full body inspired, every fingertips energized. It's beautiful. Thank you all so much for your practice tonight. Namaste. Ta-da!
I'm excited for people to come.
I know.
I'm so hungry. Don't eat all our snacks.
Hi.
Hi.
Alvin, what's up?
Come join us.
Hey guys, what's up? Kaylee and Sophie are throwing this party that's trying to bring together the leaders in the yoga community. But who are the leaders in the yoga community? And who was left out of that party? Who was at that party?
Hi, Vita.
Hi, Jesse. How are you? I'm here to party. I'm excited to see what the party has to offer.
A party for leaders in the yoga community. That's a little bit cheesy.
Bringing people together.
Where do you teach? I've never heard about
I teach at
yoga.
Yoga Works.
Oh, okay, cool.
I studied with Mati for many, many years until she left.
Yeah, who's Mati?
Yeah. Wow, she founded Yoga Works in 1987.
It's a big thing in LA.
I know, I just
It's
never
like
met her.
an LA institution.
And I'm not from LA, I'm from Tennessee.
So you teach at Allo. If we wanted to take your class, it would be at
Or
Allo.
online. I have a lot of training online.
Okay.
You've heard of the World Wide Web, though, right?
What do you teach? What kind of yoga?
I teach acro yoga.
Acro yoga.
You've never done acro yoga?
I don't think Jessie will understand acro until she does
Come
acro. So
on. Okay.
we're not gonna do it right
First
now.
we tell-
The
let's
night's
do
still
it on
young.
that.
Jesse definitely waves the flag of like, I've been in this for a minute. This is the way it's been for a long time. And this is the way it should be done. And I dig that about Jesse.
Guys, I just wanted to say thank you for coming. We threw this party because we wanted to kind of bring everybody together from the community. I know a lot of us don't necessarily know each other, but everyone here is doing really awesome stuff. As leaders in the community, we wanted to connect you and to get to know you better.
It's so nice to see all of you, and also I love all the connections already. It's yoga that's connecting us all, and I think that's so beautiful. So thank you for being here. Thanks so much.
Carry on.
Yeah.
That's kind of terrible. I was actually just coding Coming to America.
Hey,
What's up?
I want to go. I don't want to be here anymore. I don't have anything nice to say. I'm just smiling. Honestly, like, I'm not into these people. She doesn't know who Mati is. I don't think any of them have had legitimate training. They all look like whores. Can one of them not be showing nipple?
You don't need to give me the explanation.
I feel like I do need to justify it because
Not
you
to
always
me,
say
I
I'm a
don't care.
bitch.
You can be a bitch.
I know I can be a bitch. I don't have anything to say to these people.
Okay, so go on.
I'm just done. I can't be nice anymore.
I can command a lot of energy when we're together, so I feel like Kaylee felt held back by me. She felt in my shadow, or that she couldn't express who she was as an independent person with Kaylee. It was Kaylee and Vetus, or like Kaylee has this connection with Vetus, and around this town is tough, dude.
Is that okay?
I was really impressed. I think you guys got like, you got like a whole crew of people here together, and your speech kind of like rallied everybody. It was pretty inspiring.
It wasn't meant to be inspiring. It's just, meant to let everybody know why they were here.
And to be honest, I was a little bit skeptical, like, why are they having this party? Why are they inviting everybody? But it was like a really cool thing you did, so I'm stoked for you.
I'm glad you liked it.
I know we're not together anymore, but I'm still really proud of everything you do, and I watch you. Not like in a creepy stalker way, but like, still a big Kaylee fan over here.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I love you.
Glad you came.
no matter what with Vetus, there's always intense energy between the two of us. To be honest, the desire is there, but it's scary. He's such a powerful, charismatic, beautiful man, and I'm not good with boundaries. So I keep going back to him and hooking up when I know it's not good for me.
It's so nice to all be together, but I wanted to just kind of connect us all by just taking one cycle of breath together. If you can just close your eyes and just sit comfortably. We could hold hands if you'd want to.
Yes, we want to.
Kumbaya. Yeah. Start to fill up your breath. Deep inhale through the nose. And exhale through your mouth. Bring your shoulders up, back, and down. And just start to deepen.
Hey, everybody! What are you doing?
As soon as Sadie Nardini comes into the room, you get a sense of her force. So it is not surprising that the attention automatically shifts to Sadie.
What's up, Sadie?
Hi.
How are you?
Great.
Sadie's brand has taken her into like this really weird place that I don't think any of us kind of understand. She's gonna get to the girls. I think some of the support they're gonna give her is a little bit more of keep your friends close and your enemies just a little bit closer.
Hi, I'm Kaylee.
I'm Sadie.
You know, I went
Nice
to your
meet you,
class
beautiful.
at Yogis Anonymous like 5 years ago.
Oh my God,
But you were very different then.
Yeah, I'm a little different now.
I was aware of Sadie before this party, and to see that Sadie to this Sadie was interesting for me. She's a much louder personality than she was when I met her a few years back.
Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah, totally.
You're
so welcome.
I like to crash a party. I heard about the party on social media, so I decided what better time to introduce myself to the yoga peeps here. So I decided to make a little cameo. I hope they don't mind.
So you're new to LA?
New to LA and making a rock and roll album right now. That's why I'm really here. I have to say I'm getting some mixed vibes at this party. Some of these LA yoga girls might not like me too much, but I don't really care. Try to come at me and I'm going to kick your asana. Namaste, namaste.
In this town, LA, where the hottest people live, you have these social media influencers versus the diehard yoga traditionalists.
They are not yoga teachers. Back up.
Right now, you're coming at me with a lot of heat.
Sadie Nardini, I don't know much about.
I want packed rooms. I want to rock star it out all over this town.
Is she a musician?
If you do this, there will be friction.
1990s called. They want their yoga back.
Yeah.
Online's happening, Jesse.
I worked so hard.
Leave LA, because LA is already packed.
How many successful people have you seen that are dark and twisted?
He sucks the light out of her. He's an ass.
Yeah.
I'm still having such deep wounds and such emotional turmoil from being in that relationship with Vetus.
Kaylee and I, we're like a mirror for each other. I want to reach out to Kaylee and bridge the gap.
She's still holding on to rumors that I said.
I wasn't even treated like a human, and I got no respect. That's how I look at both of them.
You're not the problem. It's like taking a scab and opening it. Salt. I don't care what you said.
You, I'll throw you to the wall. Yoga is 7 billion doorways to center. Rock who you are from the inside out.
She's a yoga Barbie doll who has diarrhea of the mouth.
If you want to grow your branches, if you feel really advanced.
Those with your branches growing.
Instruction is awful.
You're
Oh my God. I just want to say hi to the godfather of LA yoga.
I'll take she's a bitch for 200, please.
Terrible.
That's not me. I'm a yoga teacher. I have a my lifestyle is non-conflict.
Oh my
Jackie.
gosh.
It's more booty than I usually would give.
My butt is burning.
This album is going to be mind-blowing.
That doesn't sound good.
I'm gonna vomit and pass out at the same time.
It's an adjustment.
Your universe.
It's not fair. Who the wears goggles when you're doing yoga?
I think I was born to wear this.